Hi guys, welcome to another episode of AJAWI TV. I'm AJAWI, and for today we'll be discussing the usual topics, right? Architectural and construction related topics. Let me know if you can hear me, right? Hold on, the fan is on. Let me know if you can hear me, right? Let me know if you can hear me, guys. So how has your week been? Right, Scott, big up yourself. Shalom Cameroon, you're the first in the building. We just want to give you a big welcome. Welcome. You know, say you're the number one person today, right? You've been here for a long while, so big up yourself. Cameroon are one of them man that were there from a long time. Right? Lenny Beckford, big up yourself. Mark Spence, big up yourself, big up yourself. Right? Big up yourself. Today we are keep it real. We are keep it, what did I say? Clear. So today, y'all know the rules. Right? As you come in, hit the like button, hit the sub. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I want to welcome those that are new to the channel. Welcome to the family. We're all one family here. Yard family is in. Right? And no matter where you're across the world, you know say you're there. And on Sundays, we actually have some conversations about what is happening back a yard and how I can help you, right, return to Jamaica, do your construction and feel comfortable and enjoy your home, right? Enjoy your home. The topics that we discuss are normally centered around construction and architecture. If you have a particular question that you want to be answered, always remember you can ask them during the live and I will do my best to answer them. If it is that I cannot answer them or I think I'm not qualified to answer them, I will go and find somebody who can answer them for you. I have searched for properties normally and I present them to you guys on the channel on Sundays, so you know say I am so nice, right? I am so nice. I don't know if you notice my spirit is up today because you know from last week I was a little bit down because you know we have a lot going on and sometimes you know your energy is not going to be up there, right? So today I'm kind of high. Dep on a high note today, you know. So if you're coming in, remember to hit the like button. See? Alright, so today I have three properties, right? St. Anne, that I partnered with a real estate agent, right, to bring to you, right? She will be providing us with properties to bring to you guys on a regular basis, right? So I'm always opening to partnerships with people because I believe partnership bring you so far, right? It bring you farther than you can go by yourself. And if it is that I can partner with the right people to get you the information that you need, then I'll do that, right? That's what it requires, then that's what I'll do. Same thing for my construction calculator. I needed to partner with some quantity surveyors, so that's why I went out and I partnered with these quantity surveyors just to get you a calculator or a construction calculator that is reflecting what is happening within the construction industry so that you can know construction cost. No matter the year, no matter the date, every 3 months it will be updated, right? And that's the idea that I came up with to bring to you guys. So if you want to support the channel, go use the construction calculator, right? I designed it so that you guys will have that information available to you. It is based on industry rates at the moment. Over time I will update it. All right, so in advance, the first 200 people, I want to say thank you for supporting the channel. Even if you don't use the calculator, you're just going there just to make sure say you support the channel, I appreciate you. All right, I appreciate you. I appreciate the appreciation. Right, so I have 3 properties today, right? I'm gonna tell you the contact number for the person who you can call, right? So I'm gonna give you the contact number first and the name of the person so that you will have that information in mind as we go along, right? Contact number. Oh, in the chat, Hailings, Andre, right, say, big up yourself, Anne-Marie Walker, big up yourself, welcome, right? The Logical More, big up yourself. Alright, so, contact number for the person, her name is Anne-Marie Bonner, right? She's a real estate agent. So if you want a link to these properties that I'm going to show you now, you can go ahead and contact her. All right, she will show you the properties. Yeah, and remember, if you need a drone survey to actually go there and get information for you, you know who to call, right? AJAWI, we're there. Is it? So contact number 876-816-9552. That's her number. Once you see these properties, then you can go ahead and give her a call and she will sort out that for you. Alright? Alright, so let me pull up the properties that I saw. They're a little bit on the expensive side, in my view. I can't buy them. I'm gonna be clear. I'm gonna be straight with you guys. We can't buy them right at all. Right? But it's worth looking at, right? Alright. So let me pull that up for you. Alrighty. Alright, so this is the first property. Right? This is the first property. It's in St. Anne, 80,000 US dollars for it, so that's about $12 million, right? I saw it. It looks pretty nice to me. It's actually 3 lots located at this location, and based on what I'm seeing so far, they don't look to be bad, right? This is the property right here. I wish the drone survey was a little bit closer and a little bit clearer, but again, once you're ready, I am always available to sort it out for you. All right. It looks like a property that I was close by the other day, but I'm not so sure. I'm not 100% sure, so that's why I don't know. I was close by there the other day, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's it though, but it looks like it. But anyways, so this is one, right? So I'm gonna copy this link and paste it in the chat so that you guys can check that out, right? And the lot size is here. It's 15,080 square. They didn't say. I think it is square meter. I don't know. It doesn't say the unit. So the measurement unit, right? So it's in St. Anne and it's 3 lots side by side. So I guess right here, there are 3 lots within this. This is a little bit. If it is square meter, it's 3 acres. I guess each lot will be 1 acre, right? I don't know. Don't quote me on that, right? I don't know the unit of measurement, right? But I know that 15,000 square feet would have been a little bit over quarter acre. But because I don't know the unit, I can't say whether it is square meter or what, right? So I'm gonna copy this link and paste it in the chat for you guys, so you can give Miss Anne Marie a call. Just let her know that Andre sent you, or AJAWI sent you. She will deal with you well, right? Because you know you're a part of the family, and she's a part of the family now, right? So just give her a call. Nice area, St. Anne. You know the seas over there. Nice little community. It looks like a nice community. All right. So that's the first property that we're looking at. All right. So I'm gonna paste this in the chat now. Check realty. We're looking at a property. Hold on. I don't know if it's showing properly. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Y'all have to tell me when you're not seeing the thing properly. You know, you have to tell me. All right. Always inform me of what you're seeing so that I can show you properly. All right. So yeah, this is the property. And Miss Anne Marie Bonner, I know her personally, right? You know, we link up, and she wanted to be on the channel and stuff like that, and so I decided, you know, to just partner with her to bring you guys properties on a regular basis, right? Alright, so let me paste this in the chat so that you guys can have this. Alright. Alright, so I just paste that in the chat, right? Just paste that in the chat. There you go. Just click on that link and you're good to go with that particular lot. Alright. Alright, so the next property is beside it as well. Right, same location. This one is 90,000 US. Right, again it is side by side, so I decided to show you guys the three lots. Three are the same one. The other one beside it, so they should send it. I showed you one lot. This is the other lot, which is 90,000 US, which is approximately 13 million Jamaican dollars. Right. Again, you can call Miss Bonner and she will bring you through it. The next lot is the one beside it. So it's the three of them. Remember, it's three of them, right? So this is where the three of them are, right? Right. So this is the third one, and this one is 100,000 US, and that's 15 million Jamaican dollar. Again, same location, right? So in situations like this, it's a perfect situation where you as the homeowner, if you guys come together, right, you can actually do what is called a joint development. The NHT actually encourages situations like that, and in fact they actually fund situations like that, right, where you can actually create your own gated community. Right, so three persons, three lots beside each other. I did one like that, and I showed you guys, right, before, so you guys can actually check that out. But the thing is, I did one up at Red Hills where three friends came together and they actually pooled their resources, created they designed one particular house or one design. It had minor tweaks here and there to suit their individual needs, and then they actually developed the area into a gated community, right? So there's a security post, there's a main gate, and the community is secured, right, for them. So that's an ideal situation in a situation like that, where you have three lots side by side, so close to each other, and it's ideal. I would say jump on that and do your thing. Maybe, you know, a couple of them come together and decide to buy them, and then they're just creating their own gated community. Problem solved, right? Alright, so that's it for the three lots that I told you that I will show you for today. So starting from now, moving forward, every episode, every Sunday, I'm gonna try and bring you at least three lots, right? Three properties that are for sale. I realize that if I show you a lot of properties, then it kind of, me have to sit down all day and search through, and it kind of rough for me. You understand? And sometimes you run up your light bill. JP is happy, right? So me have to try and control the thing. Not true. Byron Marshall, big up yourself, welcome in the building. Long time I didn't hear from you, Byron. You good? I'm gonna see you in the chat in a while. Alright, so somebody asked a question before we actually move into the topic for today, which is does your property or does your land actually send up your construction costs? That's the topic for today. I actually posted on the channel in the community section a questionnaire or a poll for you guys to take. If you haven't taken it as yet, I would encourage that you go ahead and take the poll just to participate in it, and then I'll answer I'll answer it overall. But there was a question on the channel that I thought was very reasonable. So Jordan Treasure asked on the channel, right? The bill of quantities is so far off from the possible quotes, and it's useful. Basically, oh, you did busy. Oh, cool. We have to all put in the work, so it's understandable, right? So basically, he's saying, if the bill of quantities is so far off from what you actually, the possible quotes that you will get, how then, or why do I really need the bill of quantities? Isn't it kind of a waste of time? That's basically what I'm getting from that, right? And I answered by saying this. When you get a budget for the month, when you make your budget for the month for your expenses, right? You make a budget and you know that, hey, this is what I'm not supposed to go over. If I go over that, then my budget is destroyed, right? I am overspending. You can always go under your budget, right? So it is actually advised that you go under your budget, because that means that you're saving more. Unless it's a situation where you already allocate your resources into different accounts, that if it is that you end up with money in pocket, then that means that you haven't allocated money where it's supposed to go, which is a bad thing, right? Same thing goes for the bill of quantities. With the bill of quantities is really your budget. You can always shop around and get things cheaper than what you allocated it for. It's not advised that you get it for more expensive than what you allocated it for. For example, if you allocated $100 to tiles, and you're going at the tile place and you see multiple tiles, it means that you're going to be looking at tiles that is up to the value of the $100, right? So you're not going to have a $100 budget and going at the people in tile place and not going to pick up $5,000 tile. $100 your budget you allocate for that. So therefore keep it within that, right? Because if you were to buy something more expensive, then you're going to have to allocate money from different locations to satisfy that need. Alright, so that's the whole point of the bill of quantities. It is your budget, it is your guide. It helps you to build your home within that budget and not over it, right? Because construction has a lot of expenses to it, one, and a lot of times people don't know where the expenses are actually coming from within construction, right? They don't know. A lot of people, as a matter of fact, let me not even go there yet. The question is your land sending up your construction cost? And the blatant answer to that is yes. Your land actually has a lot to determine or affects your construction cost a lot, right? It affects your construction cost a lot. A lot of people know in themselves say them want a $10 million house. Them budget for that. Them budget for a $10 million house. See? And them say, alright, $10 million, I have $15 million to spend. Them already have the land. Let's say them already have the land, right? And they have now $15 million to spend. And them, for them land, is a land that is on a hillside, that is very steep. It requires a lot of retaining walls. Retaining wall not cheap. So to do the initial investment to bring the property up to a point where they can actually build on it, the money that you spend preparing the land is so much that by the time you reach the house, it's way over budget. right? The cheapest land to build on is flat land. You don't have to deal with the retaining walls, right? And listen, when I say flat, I'm not talking 0% slope. Your land should not be 0% slope. You should have a gentle slope, right? So that water can properly run off of it, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is this. If you know, say, you are tight, your budget is very tight, don't go and look at property that is going to require you to build a lot of retaining walls or to build road to get to the property. You have some property where it's like half an hour for reach where the land is, where your land is. And even when you reach there, when you reach to the land, is a lot of rock or is a hillside where you cannot build without actually making an investment. So you spend so much money on developing a road, in fixing the properties so that you can actually build on it, or you do a design that doesn't fit to the slope of the land. So you're trying to build a flat house, so you're cutting down the hillside to create a flat area to then put the building on top of it. That cannot work because it's gonna cost you a lot of money. Literally flat land without stones. Yeah, without boulders, you don't want properties with a lot of boulders in the soil, simply because you have to go dig into that or cut into that, and that kind of send up the cost because of the if you cut some stone in a foundation, it's rough, you know. Sometimes I better you even dowel in the stone. But if as you start you deal with stone, it rough for you. Your construction cost just double because you have a lot of rock and you have to go cut into that to build your house, right? Or you can build on top of the rock. Then, according to the Bible, it says the wise man built his house upon the rock. Right? Another type of land that a lot of people, I see a lot of, well, and a lot of people still. The other day, me I drive past an area, see? Out at Harborview, heading towards St. Thomas, right? Trouble there. I'm if I tell you. I like that one there, trouble there. Right? Me I drive past out at Harborview and me I head towards St. Thomas, and on the right hand side heading towards St. Thomas, right? Me see a man a build a house on the seaside, the seashore. The seaside, right? And he's not only is he building on sand, because you shouldn't be building in such an area. Him also a building an area where the sand is being taken away, or it is being repossessed by nature. Right? It is being repossessed by nature. The land is literally going away. Right? That means that you're going to now have to secure the land before you can actually build on it. And the fact that it is not stable soil means that you're going to have to do things to stabilize the soil, which is now sending up the construction cost. Right? So that a lot of times people think that the construction cost not supposed to be so high, but they run into a bad situation because they never really look at where they're going to live and the type of land that they're purchasing, and they run into problem because of that. Right? Some people, they have I think somebody asked, what do I think about land that is like water is settling on it, drainage problem, right? The land is what you call it? The land is the land has a high clay content, so it is retaining a lot of water. The water doesn't drain off of it very easily, or doesn't absorb into the soil very easily, right? So the person was saying, how do they fix this problem? That's a very difficult problem to fix. One possible fix is that you're gonna have to get soil and dump upon it and compact it, and then slope the land according to what you want, so that the water run off properly, right? That's one possible solution to that, but that's a very expensive solution. That's a very expensive solution, right? So think about these things when you're buying. Is a land and structure survey measurement a flat cost? Is a land and structure survey measurement as are you asking about a measured survey? Thompson, can you reword that question? I think you're asking about a measured survey, but land survey is not a set cost, right? It's not a set cost. But yeah, you have to be mindful of these things, and a lot of times those that actually have the money to spend are the ones that are actually looking at that, right? The people that actually have the money and know that, hey, I'm making an investment, they're going to look at it and say, oh, is this a good investment? Is the land good? Let me check. And then they make them purchase. But somebody who doesn't have the money to spend like that, they're not necessarily looking at these things. They're just happy that they're going to buy a piece of property, and then just buy it anywhere. Anywhere them can buy a piece of land, them buy it. Take a little time to think about it, right? Building on rocky land. Yeah, building on soil that has a lot of rock in it can be very expensive, because then you have to cut into the rock, or you're gonna have to, wait, I said, shape the property, right? Shape the like, you're gonna cut into the stone itself, and then probably find a way to dwell into that rock and utilize the rock itself as a part of the foundation. But it's very tricky, because if it is a limestone rock, then you can't necessarily take that chance, because limestone over time get broken down by water. It's very soft, so you don't necessarily want to use that. So best to speak to your structural engineer about that, right? Best to speak to your structural engineer, or the what them call geotechnical engineer, right? If you have land and you really want to be innovative and actually use the rock itself to form a part of your foundation, it's always best to speak to your engineer. I'm not the best person to speak about that. I will make the suggestion if I'm designing, but further than that, the engineer is the one that really determines that, right? So always speak to your engineer about that. But most of the times what happens is that you have to be cutting into these rocks, and it becomes costly to have a backhoe with a hammer on it to bust into these rocks. Sometimes the rock that's tough, right? Tough, the rock that's tough. So it don't make no sense, right? No make no sense at all. Smart man builds his house on the rock. I know, right? Nah, go nowhere. Yes, Byron Marshall. Yeah, I visit the site before I actually do the drawings. I have a few properties that I went to look at right now, and I'm doing some designs for them. So it's always necessary to go to do a survey of the property, site investigation we call it, right? And to get the relevant information. And when we go and do those surveys, like the drone surveys, that actually helps, because then we get shots of the positives, the negatives, what are the opportunities that we could maximize on, and what are the negatives that we would want to avoid. So that actually helps, right? It helps a lot, right? Class A type, class A soil type, right? Yeah. Anyways, next. So I asked on the channel. I asked a question in a poll. I don't see anybody participating in the poll yet, but I'm gonna just address it regardless. Guys, you guys need to participate on the channel. I was even thinking about what you call it, a WhatsApp chat, but it don't even make no sense. Me a WhatsApp chat, I not really participate in the channel polls so far. But the poll was asking what is the thing that affects your construction cost the most? Material cost or labor cost? Tell me what you think. Which one? Material cost or labor cost? Answer that question right now, please and thank you. So a lot of people said material cost. 60% of those who participated said material cost sends up your construction cost. 40% says labor sends up your construction cost. I'm looking in the chat now, just type in material or labor. Material or labor. We're having a discussion on it. We're not have to know by now. I Smash for real says material. Roy Scott, you say you never see the post. It's normally in the community section. Don Senior says labor costs. DP said material. Patrick Dillon says dip on the grow. Oh, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Aubrey says material. Patrick, material. Guys, I hate to break it to you. The number one thing. Kofat, horse dead Kofat. Brother, me not see you in the chat a long time. I walk one. Horse dead. Man, you know, man. Oh, yeah, there. Where is the Zealand? B. Jackson, material. The contractor, Rice Cat said the contractor. Backside. Lenny Beckford says 50-50. But labor, with this, Sidhu Burke says material, but labor can get high. Guys, the number one thing that sends up construction costs is actually labor. Labor cost is very expensive in construction, and if you can manage labor cost within construction, you can actually get your construction cost down. Here's the thing. Here's how I found out this, or how I know this, right? Normally I have an associate that I deal with, right? And we normally sit, and if it is that there are certain things within the industry, we discuss it, right? And we come up with solutions for it. That is one of the ways that I actually came up with the construction cost calculator, right? So if it is that I have an idea, I run it by him and say, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. What do you think? It's kind of like my mastermind group, right? Check reality. Yeah, you're right. Labor costs, material costs, because this is Dennis Ellis saying material costs because you can negotiate labor. Yeah, you're kind of right, but at the same time, if you can manage labor and the quality of labor, you can actually get your construction costs down. Material cost affects construction, don't get me wrong, but when you look at the ratio of having the right workmen doing the right job to the right quality and reduction of double work and poor workmanship, if you can manage the labor, you can always select the appropriate material that will get the cost to where you want it. But if you have poor labor and you have to redo things, right? You have to do things as you go along because of poor labor. No matter how cheap the material is, it's gonna send up the cost. Because you're doing work over and over, and some of these guys are not cheap, right? Not cheap. So you'll find that the material cost is going up because you're using a lot more, right? You're using a lot more material because you're having poor workmanship and they have to use more. So for example, you're flashing a wall, right? You're flashing a wall. See? You're flashing a wall and you say, yeah, pay the workman, say $2,000 a day. Just saying, nobody go pay nobody that, because that sound like you're a thief, the man. But you're flashing a wall, see? And the workman come and him a flash the wall. And him the flash it good. Instead of half inch or a quarter inch flash on the wall, say a half inch max, him put on 1 inch worth of flashing on your wall. For render. Your construction cost just gone up. Because of poor workmanship, not necessarily the material. The material is constant. Right? But you have a workman who don't know what him do and him a flash your wall. And him not do it properly. The cost gone up because of poor workmanship. Right? And yeah, hold on there. There's so much people there and the likes them not reach. Hold on there. We have to take a little break first. I'm glad you point that out. 19 likes alone on the video. Come on, guys. Come on. I choose me there have a good conversation with you, why I'm not checking out. Right? Come on, guys. Hit the like button now. Just take the time and hit the like button. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. We have to try and make sure so we obey the social contract, guys. Come on, guys, hit the like button, so we can continue the conversation. Please and thank you. Alright, is there somewhere where it's somewhat okay? No, yeah. So I'm on a construction project the other day, see? And we're doing a community center, see? And the guys are flash on walls, see? But the man move slow. The man move slow in flashing the wall because we get a couple of guys within the area, so them really are work per day. And some of the times how they ensure that they make money, which is meaning them take money out of your pocket, is that them have a go slow. So that day, them say, boy, them are pay me per day, so therefore me have to go slow. More money for me. Right? And them flash the wall and I render. Rain come down the evening. The slab, remember, we're flashing on the inside of a stairwell. The slab that was created, because we went there and saw the slab that was created over the stairwell is a sieve. When water touch upon it, it just go through the slab. And rain fell that evening, so the wall got cold, right? The wall got cold. So all of the render we put on the wall just drop off of the wall. Construction costs just increase. Because all of the rendering on the wall just drop off because the wall too cold. Right? So labor is what you want to control. Material, how you control material is you select the right supplier, right? You select the right supplier, have them supply it, right? Another way, right? Another way is that you control that by having the proper plans in place, right? So you have your plan in place, you select the right material from the right supplier, you deliver it, then you have to control workmanship. The more you do things over, the more you knock down a wall, the more you change things while the construction is going on, the more work is being duplicated, is the more money you spend. Right? The more money you spend. Keep that in mind. Check reality. The rule of thumb is labor should be 3 times the material. Lenny Beckford at Pablo, what material the boss in JA to level the roof? To level the floor? I don't understand what you're asking, Lenny. I don't understand what you're asking. But yeah, material costs, yes, it does affect your construction costs, but the number one thing to control, how you control your construction cost, is labor. Manage labor. The longer you take with construction, the more expensive it is. The more you get poor workmanship, the more expensive your construction costs will be. If you have the right workman, you have the right material, and you manage the process properly, your construction cost just went down. Right? That's why the Chinese them are beat with so much in Jamaica, you know, with construction, you know. One, them a get cheap material, and two, them a get labor, cheap labor. So follow the Chinese them, cheap labor. What for the wall, the material falling off the wall? Is that why you're asking what the contingency for that is? There is no contingency for that. You can't manage. You can't. Yeah. Hello. When God talk, you have to just listen. You know, you can't tell God nothing. You know, God decides saying rain will come. You have to just take rain. I just say go. Right. So you as the homeowner have to just understand that, hey, it's a natural occurrence, so therefore there's nothing that you can do. Them never start off the day with rain falling. Them just start, them never even know say the roof was leaking like that. Is when the rain started falling. Because I went and inspected the roof before, right? Before we actually started, we went and inspected the roof, and I went on top of the roof and I called I call the owner and say, yo, that slab here can't work. This slab is horrible. The slab belly it have a belly in it, so all of the water settle on top of it. What we never did was to actually take a hose and go up there and turn on some water and check it to see if it's a leak. And that ended up costing a lot of money, because if we had fixed that problem before, it wouldn't have cost it wouldn't have cost us so much because of the rain, right? But it was a situation where the client was hurrying us, or rushing us to get started, so we had to just do that, right? But essentially, if the slab was done properly, then that wouldn't have been a problem. Because when I went back to check on the work, the day, like, I sent the guys to start working, right? And I left the site, so the workman was there. So I went to go get some more materials for them. The foreman was there. When I went to get materials, rain started falling. So I was like, shoot. That means production for the day just slow down, because rain can't do nothing about that. See? When the evening come, I'ma go back. I say, shiznit. All of the thing run, all of the flashing with the man them just drop off of the wall. I mean, I say, shoot. Right? That means I have to go clean off back the step. I have to go get man to clean off the step, because all of the material is just drop on the step now, you know. So I have to clean off that. Plus I have to go put back on the wall. And the wall never good in the first place because it was horrible. Right? Them did start flash it, and it was like, it was all over the place. Right? So we had to do that, plus clean off the step, which me have to go pay the man them for do. So what can I do? Can't do nothing. Just have to just say, oh, so you go. You understand? And at that point, the workman them a smile. The workman them a smile, you know, because guess what? They have to get paid for do it again. You understand? So for them job just increase. Who will go pay your fee? Alright? Who will go pay your fee? The client. Or you as the contractor have to go pay, make sure that man them get them money. So you have to go put in a variation to make sure say you get back that. Guys, make sure that you're hitting the like, guys. Make sure that you're hitting the like. It's almost 8 o'clock. Damn, time flies when you're having a good discussion, innit? I know, right? Because them get more money. So you see where the construction cost has increased. Remember, you know, you see, we had already had materials there. We have material, see? So we buy material already. But I have to pay the workmen twice, which means that my construction cost just gone up. Right? If them did flash the wall and everything, even if it did drop off, and it was a situation where the material was cheap, the labor was cheap, it wouldn't be as bad as it would have been, because labor is cheap. Understand? Guys, remember, don't text a long text within the chat, right? Keep your text short, or cut it down and text more than one time, right? Reasonable height floor. So what is a reasonable height floor to ceiling? I am thinking to make mine 9 feet. 9 feet is good. I normally think 10 feet is better. 9 feet kind of low-ish, but it's good. Nothing is wrong with a 9-foot height, but I would make it 10 feet, because once you get 10 feet, then you come down the 6 inches for the slab itself, then you're gonna have really 9'6" as your floor to ceiling height, right? So try to use 10, I guess, but nothing is wrong with your 9 feet. What is the recourse if the contractor mess up? If your contractor mess up, remember you have a contract in place, so therefore the contract would deal with the situation. So that's why you should have a proper contract in place. So whether you're using a contractor or a builder, right? A builder, always ensure that you have a contract in place, right? Make sure you have a contract in place, and then you're governed by the contract, because it makes it that much easier, because the contract will protect you as the customer and also the contractor, right? So the contractor is being protected from you as the client as well, because you do have clients who want the world and don't want to pay for it. So it's a two-way thing, because here's the thing with when you have the building contract in place, it actually eliminates any unnecessary things, right? As in lack of communication as to what you want as the client and what the contractor expect that you want and all of that, right? So try to, right? Yeah, the construction calculator is up and running, guys. So we checked it out. There were some things that I was tweaking on it, but it's up and running. When you go to use the calculator, there's a video there that explains everything about it and stuff like that, and I did a video previously on that. So yeah, it's there. And remember, you're supporting the channel once you're using it. I'm actually working on something else for you guys that I'm really excited for, and you using the calculator is going to help me to do that. So thanks again for dealing with that, right? What's the best type of land to buy? You want land that is, what you call it, loomy. So it's a consistency of clay, sand, clay, and wait a sec. It's a even mix. So it's not too much sand, not too much clay, not too much silt. So it's an even mix, right? So just go online and type in loomy soil and see what it is. The calculator, the construction calculator, is actually on my website. That's www.ajawiconstruction.com. It's actually running across the bottom of the screen right here. Once you go on there, it's gonna say construction calculator. You're gonna see it up at the top. You just click that and it will take you to it. Alright? And remember, guys, I'm gonna be sharing 3 properties every week. Thanks, courtesy of Miss Bonner, Anne-Marie Bonner. I just want to say thank you to her. She has decided that she's gonna, partner with us and give us properties as we go along, and I'll bring her on sometimes as well. And you guys can actually ask me to bring on different people. No matter who it is, I will try my best to go and partner with them or get in touch with them and then bring them on to you. So you guys can always leave your suggestion. I will do my best to get it done. Remember, I don't know everything, and I don't pretend to know everything. I know just a little bit of it, and I'm still learning. And that is why, if it is that I don't know something, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm going to go and find somebody who knows it, and then come to you guys with it. Alright? How do you pay with PayPal? Just click the pay link. Once you go on it, just click pay, and then it will ask you for payment information, which is like a PayPal account or something like that, and then you just sign in and click pay, and that's it. Alright? Yeah, so I don't pretend to know it all, right? That's the number one thing, because I don't know it all. I'm still learning as well, right? So if you guys really want somebody to come on, just let me know. Type on the channel, right? And also, please let me know if you guys want a WhatsApp chat, right? If you want a WhatsApp chat, let me know. All right. So guys, it's 8 o'clock, and I volunteered my 1 hour. It's been nice talking to you guys today, right? I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to chill with me. So I'm gonna be looking in the chat now. Any last comments before we go? Any last questions before we go? You can just type them and then I'll try and get to them as best as possible. All right. So let me see what I go on here so now. Oh, my studio project, guys. I arbitrarily, I think it was, I don't know if that actually went through, but I accidentally submitted my project into a competition at school, which is internationally. The lecturers saw it and they were like, they recommended my project to be shown on an international scale along with other students as well. So a few of my other classmates, their project was also selected. So my project actually got selected to be shown internationally on a what do you call it, on display of what Jamaica is producing. So I was like really excited about that because I was just going along and doing my thing, but then to actually realize that, hey, it has been selected as a project to be shown internationally, I was like, I know, so I feel good. I'd sign up for the WhatsApp chat too. Yeah. I'm considering it, but I'm not seeing the level of response on the channel like whenever, you know, participation. So to create a WhatsApp group and then nobody in it really participating or sharing information, then that would not be, you know. But yeah, it was like really, like when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I feel so good that my project was actually one of the ones that was selected, right? And one of the reasons why I never thought it would have been is that during crit they crucified me, like, yo, you're pushing the boundaries, this can't go build and stuff like that. And you know, I was like really excited because my building looks like something you'd have seen at Dubai and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I feel good about that. And it's paying off, right? It's paying off. The hard work did pay off. So I appreciate that, right? You can check it out. I'm gonna show you a link to my design studio project. I'm gonna paste it in the chat. It's similar to this the flipbook, a flipbook that I have. Let me just share that with you right now. So where is it? So like I do this for my personal stuff, for the channel, for the my company, where I have a flipbook that shows basically what the stuff that I do and the projects that I've been on. So I actually did something like this for my project when I was presenting it. And oh, this is in Anguilla. Alright, this one is in Anguilla. I did this with an architect in Anguilla. Right. But yeah, so I did something like this for my project, so I'm going to share that as well. This is a couple of parks that I did across the island and community centers. So I've actually done a couple of community centers with the cement company Caribbean Cimex. So you know, I do some amount of drawings for them, and they actually have a couple of parks and stuff like that. The Carib Cement, you know, sponsor those parks. So big up to Carib Cement. That's why I always say, you know, use Carib Cement, right? Use Carib Cement because they are investing in Jamaica. So yeah, this is a what place name again? It's a heritage site that I did. But anyways, another time we can share that, right? Share more on that. again, the heritage site was done by Carib Cement as well, right? So very good, very good company that is investing in Jamaica. So make sure you use Carib Cement, right? Anyways, you see, I want to draw me out. Have me there, I chat to leap. Crits are like that. Yeah, you know that I don't like to go to a crit and people tell me what they like about my project. I hate that. I don't think it's constructive criticism to tell me, oh, I like this and I like that, and blow hot air. I like you to tell me what you don't like about my project and how I can improve it. So I apply that throughout life, right? To tell me what you like, not going to help me to learn anything, because I know that I like my project. I already like it. You understand? It doesn't make sense. But if you can come to me and tell me all that you like about the design, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help you. But if you tell me what you don't like, then I can fix it and make it better, right? Next, one last question. You think an architect license can use in Jamaica? Architectural license? Yeah, you should be licensed. You should be a licensed architect, right? In order for you to practice architecture within Jamaica. If you're going to be doing a certain size building, then you definitely need to be an architect or have an architect on your team or be a licensed architect, right? So that's the architect registration board. So you can always research them. Yeah, I like when they rip it apart. Yeah, it doesn't help when your critiques are telling you everything that they like and, oh, I like your project and it's so beautiful and no, that's not the point of crit. I want you to tell me what you don't like so that I can improve it and make it even better. And that's what has happened. Sometimes I go to crit and I just put something together and I think it's this beautiful thing that looks so great, and then I go to the crit, I go to present my work, and they're like, boss, move that, move this, I don't like how that looks, come again. And then I go back and I come with something good. So yeah, anyways, to wrap up today, labor costs controls a lot of your construction costs, or labor itself, and your land selection is very important when it comes on to your construction costs. I want to say thank you for having me today. Thank you for being here. The WhatsApp group is coming. Remember, I have a construction calculator. Go check that out. Thank you to Anne-Marie Bonner for providing us with some properties today. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you for coming, hitting the like, hitting the subscribe, hitting the notification bell, and sharing this video, right? See you next week, Sunday, same time, same place, same set of people. Respect,